What is the island? And is it worth going there? And would it be worth staying nearby? In this video, we'll be talking about those questions and more. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. The island has become one of the top attractions in the Smoky Mountains. Outside of the Smoky Mountain National Park and Dollywood, the island brings in massive crowds and isn't just tourists, but locals as well, as it's a hopping place and very popular. For those who don't know what the island is, I'll give you a brief overview. The island is a complex of shopping, entertainment, and food. It's off of the Parkway in Pigeon Forge, a few miles from Gatlinburg and the Smoky Mountain National Park. It is centered around a massive Ferris wheel. The original attraction that sat there, where the giant Ferris wheel is today, was actually called Porpoise Island, a Polynesian-inspired entertainment venue built in the early 70s. They actually had live Hawaiian-themed entertainments, a deer petting area, and the opportunity to pet live porpoises. However, the venture was not successful and eventually closed in 1984. Though I have no idea why. That's something kind of cool. The island was sold later on and re-imaged. They reopened in 2013 to become the island, which is what is standing today. The island is free to visit, free to park at, and they offer free trams. It's a great place to get dinner, hang out, or relax after a long day of hiking in the mountains. At night, the place lights up and becomes a carnival of colors, sights, and sounds. At the entrance of the island is a large fountain. The fountain provides a relaxing experience for all guests, a place to sit and enjoy the colors, lights, and music as water is pumped into the air and dances to the music. Guests are even provided sturdy rocking chairs to sit and enjoy the show. The island has a few decent food locations such as Paula Deen's, Dickey's, and Mellow Mushroom. There are others too as well. There are a plethora of great little shops and places to browse while enjoying a relaxing evening. And if you have kiddos and they have money burning a hole in their pockets, there are many fun activities they can enjoy as well. You can find a Build-A-Bear, a 7D experience, a large arcade that sits in the back behind the Ferris wheel, a myriad of different rides, a bungee jump activity, a rope course, and even a small carousel. That's just to name a few. Though the one thing the island doesn't have is a golf course. That's a shocker. And families aren't the only ones who enjoy the island. Many adults also take advantage of the island's many offerings. The 200-foot Ferris wheel is popular to all guests who don't mind heights. The Ferris wheel provides guests amazing views of the mountains and surrounding areas. There's also Skyfly, a dark ride that transports guests on an adventure across America. It's actually a pretty decent ride too. Expensive, but decent. Adults can enjoy it just as much as kids. And of course, there's the Moonshine, hard cider, and wine shop with plenty of opportunities to sample their products. Old Smoky Distillery Barn has a monopoly on moonshine on the island. Their building is massive and has a variety of tasting areas as well as many unique and fun things to sample. Their focus is, of course, on moonshine, and they have a massive variety of flavors. I'm gonna guess people like them because they're always a crowd of people and it's a hopping place year-round. But Old Smoky does have some competition when it comes to the spirits. There is a small wine shop that has, wine right next to the Old Smoky. And on the other side of Old Smoky is the Tennessee Stud Cider Company. Both offer samplings as well, though not free. The price is usually pretty small. The island also changes with the seasons, drawing in tourists and locals to enjoy the seasonal layovers. Two of the big ones are the Winterfest and Fall. Winterfest is one of the most popular times as the island does a massive makeover. Not only does the fountain show change to hopping Christmas tunes, but they pull out massive ornaments and deck the halls all over their grounds. The island is also connected to the Riverwalk, which is where the city of Pigeon Forge decorates for Christmas along a 1.5 mile stretch of the river. This walkway takes guests through a winter wonderland of lights, displays, and eventually ending up in the Old Mill District. Even fall sees a change to their decor as the island pulls out their pumpkin people, flowers, and throws out bales of hay and an old truck to celebrate the fall season. And summer and spring are decked out with amazing blooming flowers all the season. And there are other reasons people would prefer to stay close to the island. Across the way is the Jurassic Jungle Ride, one of the worst attractions in Pigeon Forge that people love to hate. This ride is dinosaur inspired, so of course it has dinosaurs. And even though they get awful reviews, I had a blast there when I tried it. There is Alcatraz East, a crime museum on the corner of the island's entrance from the parkway, and you're also within walking distance of the Comedy Barn, which is a show every night that offers fun, family acts, and entertainment. Because of these offerings, many people like staying close to the island, especially if you want to safely partake in sampling moonshine, bourbon, or wine at the distillery, and still safely get back to your room. There is just so much to do that the island is a great place to be close to. And though not everyone wants to be close to the noise and people that the island attracts, there are just as many people who are saying, "Sign me up." If you have already decided this is a great place to be close to, the next decision will be how to afford it. Because if you're going to be staying at a place like this or so close to the island, you're going to be paying a premium for hotels that are within easy walking distance. And here is where the dilemma for many people began. How can you afford to be close to this amazing location and still afford it? Not many people can book a vacation and not consider the cost. Money is a huge concern for most people when making important decisions like lodging, entertainment, and food. The Smoky Mountain vacation can be very expensive, and if you're deciding to stay close to the island, you need to decide how much that hotel is worth. What amenities do they have, and decide how far you're willing to walk to save money, because that's what it will boil down to: deluxe accommodations or budget friendly. Dollywood is a perfect example of this dilemma. If you want to be close to Dollywood, the only way to do this is to pay an extreme premium for one of their resorts. And don't get me wrong, those places are gorgeous, but the average family isn't going to be able to afford to go there. There is a reason she called it Dream More Resort, because people have to dream more to afford it. Sorry, Dolly, but it's true, your prices are high. But where Dollywood has little to no way for the average person to comfortably afford to stay close to the park, the island is a different story. There are ways to stay close to the island and not have to mortgage out your house or max out your credit cards. But the island can still be pretty pricey to stay close to. Biggest example is Margaritaville. Wouldn't it be great to just hang out on a balcony overlooking the island at night, or hop down to their full-service coffee shop in the morning, get a cup of coffee and muffin, and lounge by the fountains in the morning as you watch the sun rise? Because that's what you can experience if you stay at Margaritaville. This is the only resort that is quite literally in the island. And we have never actually stayed at this place because the prices are just too high, or higher than we're willing to pay. So no cup of coffee for us. Usually margarita starts at $350 a night if you book a room at the Parkway location. If you want one of the rooms with a private balcony that is overlooking the fountains or the island below, the price just keeps going higher and higher. It's an investment we just couldn't ever justify. But sometimes we wanted to be close to the island. We just like the idea of having the convenience of just walking to dinner or strolling around the area at night, to enjoy the cooler summer evenings or enjoy the river walk. Like I've already pointed out, there's a lot to enjoy on the island. And there are 2 times a year that this is even more so for us. The first is during Winterfest, as I've already pointed out. This is the most amazing time of the year to enjoy the colors and festive atmosphere. We love walking around and taking in all the decor and lights. without the hassle of having to drive there and find parking. During Christmas, Pigeon Forge becomes a madhouse. Traffic becomes a serious issue during the holidays. And even though the parking is free, they have a massive lot. It actually fills up during the holidays. That's how bad it gets. So having a place within walking distance makes enjoying the attractions and area much better. The other time we like the convenience of being closer to the island is during Jeep Week. The Jeep Invasion happens in August and is held at the convention center attached to the island's parking area. Each year, tens of thousands of Jeep owners and enthusiasts flood the island. In fact, they flood the entire Smoky Mountains. Parking doesn't exist, so it makes sense that staying close to the island is going to be the ideal location. Now, keep in mind that when you visit the Smoky Mountains during any of their extremely popular high tourist times, such as Christmas, Rod Week, Jeep Invasion Week, or 4th of July, prices for hotels, condos, and cabins will spike. So just remember that when you're planning your vacation. But regardless of the time of the year, we have found that you can still find affordable accommodations close to the island. But with affordability does come compromise. One place we enjoyed was the Wayback, owned by Marriott. If you happen on this hotel during the weekdays, you can get a room for less than $150 a night. The hotel was recently remodeled and they did a good job. I like that they took a building that was clearly built in the 80s or 70s, late 70s, and went with the theme, way back. Inside the rooms, they have stripped and repurposed everything from flooring, wall units, to bathroom and decor. There is a good-sized TV, USB ports, pens and pads, and a refrigerator that keeps things actually cold. They did a pretty good job with the overhaul. Outside, the pool is surrounded by these private bubbles that you can stay warm in the winter or get a little privacy. I really love the glowing balls in the water, and there are small touches all over the place to make you feel that you're at a spa, such as the blankets in the pool area or the little things in the room, such as the robes. Yeah, they actually had hotel robes for guests. Kind of cool, huh? They also had a coffee maker with coffee in your room, more security, and access to the pool was not easy for people walking in off the streets. The check-in area was really nice, and there was clear attention paid to the decor, from the mosaic tiles to the chairs. The Wayback also has a full-size bar and restaurant in the main lobby, and they had some strange-looking drinks on the menu. They also have a smaller bar out by the pool. It was built in a refurbished Airstream, a cute little touch to add to their theming. But as nice as this hotel is, they do come with their own faults. One being price. If you're trying to stay at the Wayback during peak times, you will pay closer to $300 a night. Yikes, that is a huge spike. And the price for food and drink is a little high. The other thing is you will have to cross the highway to get to the island, though there are plenty of crosswalks to make it safe. Now, if you are budget conscious, then you might want to actually consider the Red Roof Inn. They're actually really close to the Wayback and also across the street on the highway from the island. The Red Roof also has undergone some reconstruction, and the rooms are pretty decent, though it's clear that the owners didn't do the same level of overhaul that the Wayback did. The air conditioning units were a little old and noisy, and there's a sizable gap in the door that light and noise from the outside can come in. The outside facilities are dated, and the main lobby clearly wasn't part of the remodeling. This is a hotel you stay in if you're very budget conscious and don't care about amenities. But they had a clean, nice pool, and we didn't have any complaints about the condition of the room. Their outside facilities are dated, like I said, but the elevator was working, and we didn't get the vibe that the place was poorly maintained, just old. One thing the Red Roof had over the Wayback was Reagan's. Red Roof gives guests a coupon for breakfast, pancakes, and drink when you stay there. You can upgrade your pancakes to a buffet for $7 more. This really helped raise the bar in the place because we really enjoyed having breakfast at Reagan's, like a lot. The biggest thing that Red Roof had over Wayback was price. There is a serious difference. On average, you'll save over $100 a night. Both places are in a safe area, well, as safe as you can be. Both have views of Pigeon Forge and the island, and both have free parking and Wi-Fi, which in Pigeon Forge is a must. Cell reception sucks in Pigeon Forge. Both are within walking distance of the island, and both are way, way cheaper than Margaritaville. Though Wayback is still building their clientele, and this might not stay that way for long. And these two aren't your only choices of places that you can stay close to the island, but they're the two we actually went to and could give any feedback on. The real question is the island worth being close to? Obviously, it's a subjective question and has a subjective answer. What really matters is what you are planning to do when you're in Pigeon Forge, and the activities and offerings at the island if they're worth your time. And to be honest, other than Jeep Week or Christmas, we really don't care to spend much time there ourselves. The island is expensive. Sure, there are free activities. The fountain shows are free. They do a chalk art show once a year that's cool to see. The seasonal decorations are great, and sometimes they offer live entertainment. And there are ways to save money. You can get unlimited passes for activities such as the Ferris wheel, carnival rides, and the bungee jump. And there's an entire list of coupons on the website that gives discounts on almost every business in the island. But it's still expensive. So if you're planning on taking advantage of the moonshine sampling, like being close to more food and dining choices, enjoy being within walking distance of many places, and don't mind taking the trolley to get around, stay near the island is worth the money. But if you don't plan on really enjoying the island or plan on doing many of those activities, I would do a little shopping for lodging that suits your personality or preferences more. And don't limit yourself to one location. There are many places in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Sevierville worth looking into. Maybe just visit and check it out once, and if it's a place that resonates with you, consider staying closer to them on your next trip to the Smoky Mountains. I hope this video helps you plan your visit to the Smokies. You're getting an honest view from our personal experiences, but facts and things change, so please let us know if you've learned anything new and want to share your experiences in the comments. Thanks again for visiting us at Fairfax of the Smoky Mountains. Please click that like button and subscribe to